Yeah. Doing the wrong thing. Doing the wrong thing. What do I do? We will be checking to see. Okay, 33 seconds ago on Odyssey says two people are watching. What would you like? Why are you here? Is there something you want to listen to specifically? Something intrigues you? Something you've heard? You've made a mistake, but you're still here. Speak. Speak. It will greatly help me, for I do not know what you know. I do not know, even if I answer what you ask, I still do not know what you will ask. Not sure where to put this light. So even the moon looks like this. You can't even see this area over here, all blocked out. Looks like it's sitting there all alone, right? But when the moon gets really bright, you don't get to see that part. But when you see only half of it because the arm hasn't showed up yet. Half and half. How do you create a circle? How is a circle created? Half and half. Double D, two sides of the circle. Half and half. Was anything ever created whole? In part. Thinking of things that were made whole, things that were made in parts. Just different kinds of words also. Like the word MI, when you say it, it can sound like my or me, or the beginning of what is a division, whether it's MI or BI or ME, but not BE, okay? Not BE. Bait is the house, BEIT. Start with B, end with T. Inside is E and I. 9 and 5. It's the cubonic house in Mars. That's what I call it. Only because it coincides with these. But I don't believe that that these are finite, meaning I wonder if I can create a cube that only has 8. 2 here and 2 here is 4. 2 here and 2 here is 4. And then 2 here and 2 here is 4. So that would be a total of 8 cubes to make this. This, okay, that took 8, right? They were all next to each other, nothing in between. And because we have one, just one, that's separated, we went from what is the square 8, in which they're calling it, right, 8 power 28 THBH. They're calling this, I mean, bear with me, a singular dot here, and it's a cube that ends right over here, okay? And there's only 2 cubes instead of 3. 2 instead of 3. So it's 2 and 2 cubes here, then 2 and 2. So it creates 8. So you have 8 cubes. In this one, you must have 1, 2, and 3 cubes, unless everything has been put up together halfway in between where the dots are, what we don't see. I don't know, but I'm assuming that if this was a 9 area, as it is, as the square of this calculator, as your ATM and the keyboard, all the same. So we have 3 and 3 and 3. So we have 9 on this face. So I have a linear area from top to bottom of 9. And then after I have that 9, I have the 9 on the other side. That's 18. Now I have the middle over here. But in the middle, there's only 8. There's an area space void. It's 9, 8, 9 equaling, let me see this again. It's 9. It's 9 and 9 is 8, right? 9, 8, 9 equals to 26. So there's 26 and 1 void. What's partaking in this place of this void? I'm not quite sure what I want to do, but this void value is 1 and 26 equaling to what is 27. So the 26 of the 9, 8, 9 and the letters 8 and 9 are the same letters. One is vertical and one is horizontal. And we were given this answer in Star Wars. All through our life and to the end of time, everybody was fed a little bit of information. But why now? Why now do we believe more and more that this is the end times? I mean, it's probably been repeated in history over many, many years, because for me, it is the end time of where no more can we have the hidden knowledge of where alphanumeric comes in and plays a phenomenal role in talking about the value of math and bringing words closer together. 52 earth, 25 jack, 49 green, 49 8. 8 is green. Now to get green, you need yellow and blue. So we have to understand where the yellow and blue comes from. We also know that yellow is 1 and 9, and the green is what is 6 and 14. This is the game of pool. Tells me about these rules and regulations. I'm not giving you any answers. I don't know what they say right now. I can tell you that there are 15 balls, but there is 1 ball in pool, and I hope I have this in the right book. Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to look. Wow. So what happens when you open up too many books. I got 4 of them in front of me. Wow. Don't forget the pound key, right? I forgot about that. The pound key is on number 3. The @ is on number 2. The $ is on number 4, Mars. I will finish by finding it. I really will. Okay. Yeah, I got it. The 2 ball opposite of the 10 ball. The 3 ball opposite of the 11 ball. So this is 2, and when 2 takes over again, it's an 11. So you have 3 over towards 11, 4 over to 12. The purple ball. This is where Mars comes in. See the way they link together? 1 and 3 equals to 4. So it's in the same family. What is this? These numbers? 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 equals to 54. Take away the 12. Take away the 14. Take away the 16. So I'm just adding it back to reach the total number. If you notice, they're all 9s. 5 and 4, 9. 6 and 3, 9. Love between these two, Venus, Earth. 472. This is 1/4 partial of the movement of the clock of 288 into 1.25, 1 notch higher. Went from the clock went from 216. That's where the moon was involved. 144, where the day in MIN was involved, which is 13 and 9 and 14. So it's the birth inside what is the sun. One of the things about the N I noticed today is that when you put N and sort of N backwards, right? Although it's the 13th letter from a 28 value, the word man, okay, from boy at the age of 13, and the word man is 28. I mean, I could have put male. 13, 14, and 12, 26, 31. The cube also is 31. So, and you can also, maybe it looks like M comes with E, matter. 77, Christ. And energy. 74, time, Jesus. Just give me a second over here. Okay, it says 2 currently watching, but it might be the same 2. Oh, we got a like. Is that good? Or is that the like from before? Anyways, I have to stop complaining. So where am I over here? So we have all the pool balls where it comes down to the 15. So the reconnect to the next line of what is the 15 is the 16, and that 16th ball would only be 1 ball, and that would be the cue ball. Right? Cue ball, cube ball. The ball is turning. The cube is turning. Okay, the cube is turning, area, space, and movement. So the cube is 31. This has to be 29. So that would be 3 and 21 and 5. 3, 3, 5. Yes, in rotation of the E world. 24, 29. That is our birth in the sun. You can't deny these numbers. I can prove what they say, but we have to have an understanding of the equations and where the equations come from. I'm not really sure why I marked this, right? The 2 and 6 equals to 8, because it seems like we're in the world of 88. That's what makes everything. It's 88 equaling to 7 and 77 equaling to 5, where the 7 is a male in virtue of 13 and a female, okay, is a woman at the age of 12. And here you would have the bar, and here you would have the bat. The bat and the bar, the R and the T coming together. 18 and 20. I don't know if you want to look at it as the tier, the T gateway in EAR. Who are we? What do you know about who we are? Because if the alphabet is telling us the truth, if math does go with the alphabet, because it does, in the world of entertainment, of arts and entertainment, in a world that's been created by hundreds of thousands and millions of people across the world, I do my own version. Version, your way, your version. If you want to talk about hockey, I can also say to you, see, I'm here to prove a point, because if you don't believe in the science, then what good is the science? And if you don't understand the science, then you're just believing a story. Somebody else's story, a science you don't understand, a science that doesn't naturally make sense. But you'll take it for granted and take it. I show you. If you would ask the question, I can answer possibly that question. What are these? 2 dice cubes. A calculator. I just used the 9 area. But it's different to an ATM. It's different to the keyboard. It's different on your telephone. There are changes. And then when you bring it into professional gaming, on the roulette table, they work by the dozen. They don't work by the nines. How to cover 9 numbers with 3 chips. What is the best way to cover what number of numbers, right? 2 chips can get you 4 areas. So how many times can you do it on a certain board layout? These are my rules and regulations, what you can and cannot do for the situation you are in. And as long as you can change the rules, as long as you make it fair for the complete story. And if it's not fair, then you have to have, excuse me, explanation. Okay. I have to go to Facebook for a second. Hold on a second. Well, that was funny. The cat just walked off the table. Well, I didn't even know. Oh, yes. Okay. Group posts. Okay. This is going on right now. There are no restrictions on Ronald. No moderation actions on this member in 90 days. 2 reactions. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Hockey has 3 periods. Hockey, 2 intermissions, 60 minutes or 20 minutes, and then 15 minutes, and then 20 minutes, and 15 minutes, and 20 minutes. So you have an equation of 20, 15, 20, 15, 20, 2, 6, 2, 6, 2. So those are your periods. The difference between the 20 and the 15 is the 20 gets an S and the 15 gets a G. I can give it another letter, but I'm giving it that letter. The 20, actually, I'm going to call it darts and pool. I'm going to explain to you why. The game of darts, there are 20 around the board. The game of pool, there are 15. If I add 1 to 20, it equals to 210. If I add 1 to 15, it equals to 120. So between what is happening with a dart to what is happening with the pool balls on the slate. So we have to understand the slate, the felt, because each one of these words that we write down, each one of these words, okay, in the word is an alternative story. Like right now, I know from the full word, from the game of pool, where there are 15 balls. From the game of darts, there are 20 balls. But the game S&T, first, last, the best, all the rest, the rad is the angel, the resident angel inside the mirror world in 4. Right? In 4, not in 2, in 4, in Mars. I like to use 4 Mars and 2 Venus. So it seems like Venus and Venus creates Mars. It's like Venus was duplicated to create Mars. And when the spirit came within inside of it, okay, it was a divided spirit. When it came into the 3 die, right, 3 and 4 die versus the 2 and 5 die versus the 1 and 6 die. And this is 2.5, 1.5. This is the Y, and this is the O. So Earth becomes 3 and Mars becomes 4. Because to create the 4 corners, you get the circle. To create the 3 dots, right, you get the Y. And then you can create X within because of the 4 dot corners. But I don't have 4 dot corners. The best I would actually have is 3 dots. So I'm just trying to think how I would actually do that. The word pool equals to 42. I think 58, 30, 42. Yep, 58. Take away the S, the game of pool. Sometimes you might call it a loop if you want. Also 58, which represents the number 2, silver. I think matrix. 8 and 5 is 13. Okay, 8 and 5 is 13, so the loop is through the moon. The heavens, E world, HE. Okay, so I'm just trying to put something together. I'm just trying to think what H is. H can be the hospital zone if you want to use it for that. Like P we can use for parking. Anyways, the game of darts is R and D are split apart. Like in the word third, RD come together. This is the division, right? A and R, the R letter, okay, in French is mentioned this way. So it's a division of the heavens. 8 is your division. It's supposed to only be 4. It's 4. Or 64 divided, 64 in parts is 8. 8 by 8, 64. And to create this, you need 88. Becomes 64 and 16 equal to 80 or 08. The game of darts equals to, I know in I like to do it dart, 1 dart, but they call the game darts. Is the game dart? Want to play the game dart? No, they added in the S for plural. There must be a reason for that. So 5 and 18, 23, 33. So 43, the house of DT, and 19 equals to what is 62. So we have, again, so many times it does this, and it's always going to say the same thing because Queen is number 62 and DC is number 4 and 3, 7. And it is 4 and 3 that will create 19 mathematically. 4 times 3, 4 plus 3. What does that mean? I don't know, but it represents AI. I am who I am. In this game, it is where or location. The reason I say this is because the O and the U letter in French, when they come together, it means location, right? But it's not the U, it's the T, so I made a mistake. It's TO. Is it timeout? I don't know. I don't know what it means. I just, for some reason, I'm just trying to think TO. What does that mean? Because I think I've made this mistake before. It equals to 35 coming together. When you're getting, yes, 3.5 is the core center of the cube. 3.5 is the meeting point of 7. The 62, when it comes together, the two games, I don't know if I want to put them together. This would be the half-life. 3 times this part equals to the half-life. Anyways, let me put together one little piece I wanted to talk about. Number to the spider. Question about square, or actually cubes. 8 to the power of 2, or is it 28? 8 cubes. What we talked about 8 cubes, so it'll either be 8, and there's one thing I have to speak about is that in roulette, if there were cubes, the cubes would have to be like this. This is the way these bricks are. They're not like this. They're like this. Roulette shows me I've got a rectangle. And it's not two squares. It's two overlapping squares, perhaps coming together. So anyways, the first one is a total of 8. And then when it comes to this cube over here, okay, this one is going to be 26. So the two of them is 34. The total of the two cubes, how many there are together. And then there's another thing, is can these 4 cubes play inside this house? Is being the cube as one, can it be broken apart and placed inside this house, each one of these cubes? I'm just asking myself that question. How many of these would you need to get inside this house? The equation of Rubik's Cube, the face of Rubik's Cube, and the face is 9. So there are 9 to a face. 8 and 1. 9 to a face. You have 8 and 1 and 8 and 1. 2 complete sides of Rubik's Cube. 8 and 1 and 8 and 1. And then in the center, you have 8 plus 0 because there's a void in the center. That's where your 64 and 16 come in, equaling to what is 80. And in this scenario, this is 1881 created by 99. So 99 will create this numeric fashion, and 88 will create this numeric fashion. Here's the words. Hi. So where am I right now? Horizontal and vertical, the ships in Star Wars. 8 and 8 will create 7, but 9 and 9 will always remain 9. There's nobody watching. It's not as interesting for me as putting out a video. So I'm going to just jump onto a few other things I wanted to spread out. 3 plus 4 is 7. Now, somebody was mentioning about number 4, right? All kinds of 4s. So the ways to get 4 is 2 and 2 4, or 3 and 1 4. If you're getting 4 with 3 cubes, it's going to be 1 1 and a 2. If it's 3 cubes, 1 1 and 2. So that will mean if it's 1 1 and 2, 1 and 1 and 1, 1 1 and 2 equals to 4, means it's 6 and 6 and 5 equals to 17. So you're talking about GH, you're talking about DGH, DGH. You're talking about, got to add the O inside of that. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 7 and 8, 15 equals to the letter O. So you got hog, you got dog, you have God. So that's what happens with do you see that picture there? Looks like faces. Wow, look at all the shadows in the background, eh? Okay, so horizontal and vertical. You sleep horizontal, you stand vertical. Horizontal, vertical, I, horizontal, H. So in the letter V for life, in the 22nd letter, you will have the vertical, you will have the reverse E, 5, you will have the stand, you stand on A and B. Why do you stand on A and B? Because first and second, and that's where you take your stand in your creation. A and B create. So where we're, yes, and the reverse of 4, right? The reverse of 2 and 2, 4 is, the reverse of 2 and 2, 4 is 5 and 5, 10. And everything I do must already exist. So instead of having just a 2, why don't we just have 5 and 5? Freedom of 76, 22. 3 cubes or 3 dots will create a triangle, 3C, but that 4th dot, D, will complete the square. But you only had 2 arms to run. Here you had 3 arms to run. Okay, there were 3 arms to run and 1 arm. There were 3 lines to create. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 to finish off. So 3C times 3 and 1D times 2. So this equals to 8 and this equals to 9. This is Earth, 3 by 3, and this is what Mars is, 1 by 2 by 8. I'm just trying to understand that 1 by 2 by 8. And then to 64, and then to 32, and then to 16, and then to 8, 128, 512 memory. I'm just trying to think how they all go in together. It's unbelievable that nobody's here watching at all. What a downer. A lot of less people coming, showing up. Did I show up late? If you have something you want to ask, please ask me. If you want to know what I do, where I get, where the math comes from, what's happening right here, well, these are 2 dice cubes. I take information and I dissect it to the best I can. All I do is do mathematical equations and I give you the answers. I replace them with letters as like 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is H. 8H. 3 times 3 is I. So either you have pi or you have phi. Now the question is, if you're working inside of them, right, and you want to put anything to do with PS, you would have to go to number 13. You have to go to number 13 if you want to get the S, because eventually this number will create what is the S in order to get the S. Actually, the real number that's going to mathematically get the S next is this number over here. But its basic creation of that is this letter here. This letter will create this letter. This is the 16th letter. 1 plus 6, 1 plus 6, 1 times 6, 7, and 6 equals to 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 is 7 and 12, equaling to 19. On the roulette board, the invert of what is P is S. And the invert, so this would be 16 and 19 to what also the invert in roulette to what is 18 and 21. But is there an equation that matches 2? This will be 3 and 2. 3 and 2 powers. This will be 6 and 5. This will be 41. One plus 8 equals to 9. Do they come together? I don't know. Not like the other one. Not like the other one. This one will end up to equal to 20 and 9 is what this equation is, IT. Excuse me. This 11th letter, right? Also talking about thousands, because when you say 11K, the terminology out in the world is to mean thousands. So thousands is also noted to be M. So KM or MK. K will create L, and it is L that will connect these two. It'll be like this, and then this one is L as the 12th letter, which will create a connection between MK. Inside this house, it'll be like the rib over here, and you pass on through. It's just a rib division connection. That's all it is. Trying to see what else there is. So 8 and 26, 34. Oh, yes, it's 34 plus the void. The same thing as the cube. It's 3.4 area movement to get to the around here, and then 3.5 hits everybody into the center. And all the points break off, or all the points melt into each other. So then you end up with a little ball. So here's your psi, your phi, your g, and your h. 1 and 6 equals to this. Also, F, okay, is involved with this. So if you know any names that go with PF together, it's because it's working on the division of the 7th gate. So that's where your 4 and 3 gets in. And the thing is, it's 16 and 9 equaling to 25. And then it becomes 6 and 8, and that's the dividing house. Even though it's 14, here is your 6. Flip it over, you see 6 and you see 2. And that's your dividing house. The queen, the god, the game into what is A and E and Mars. A first letter, E the 5th letter. What is new jazz? And there's a lot of things that go on. The reverse dice, the reverse alphabet, the multitudes of different alphabets, and then all the sports and all the gaming and the decks of cards and all the games, backgammon, and the entire dictionary, the entire zodiac. It doesn't matter the astrological world you pick, whether it's whether you're talking about the dragon, whether you're talking about any part of the zodiac, whatever word can be put into numbers, then it's going to tell a story in the game. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. So let me see if anybody's watching. So let me see this one piece over here. Okay, I'm going to be ending the video. If somebody has something to say right now, either make a comment on YouTube or make a comment to stay. I should stay up because I'm getting tired. Yeah, I'm a little upset with myself in a way. I'm going to stay on just a little bit longer, try and see if I can make myself feel better. I'm a little upset with myself. I didn't do anything wrong, but actually I did. I made a choice. And I'm not sure if it was a good choice, but I try to make two people happy at the same time. So one person is jealous that I drove somebody somewhere. Big deal. You know? Oh, who did you hang out with? Oh my God. It's what's going on? What's going on? You know, what's going on? You know? Can you see there's 3 circles, and inside there's 3 circles. There's a circle here, and a circle here, and a circle here. So although there's a complete circle on the outside, which is 360 degrees. We're working on the inside in 3 circles, and then we have divided area space. So although there's a full 360 degrees, we are in 3 pools. I don't know how it works. It would all have to be discussed. There's not too many that come out here and bring things up, so I have to try and mention as many things as I could. This is an old design. I don't know if it means anything to anybody, but you can see within it that the fleur-de-lis, the fleur-de-lis is there. I think it's upside down. And if you take a look at it upside down, you can see sort of the bird, or actually it's the 2 eyes, the 2 arms over here, the spread legs, and it actually looks like some kind of space dude with a tail. I'm trying to see if we can see this without the light. You know, hold on a second. Let me see if I can move away my big screen from shining into the. Whoa! Here it goes again. You know, I can't move my screen without it blowing up on me. Okay, now I got another screen here. Okay, hold on a second. So that's basically what it looks like this. So you can see the 2 beastly eyes. If I move away that circle, I got these 2 beastly eyes dividing these 2 here, and this ball is balancing between the 2 sides. You see the way it works? This against this. They're inside. I don't know exactly how it works or what it is. You got to look at it separately. That fish, that twinkle light, okay, is touching both you in this world and you in that world. See the way it crosses over? So this is going into this side, and this is going into this side. Now the question is the separation gap here, what number would that be? Would it be 36? How many of these going around the circle do you need in order to create? Is it 36? Is it 10 yards? Separating these 2 sides. And then this, I'm not sure if you can see the circle on the top. It's not showing, letting you see that circle. Yeah, you see it now, right? See the circle on the top that joins the 2 masters? It joins the 2 masters in the area space. Anyways, okay. Okay. So I'm going to jump off of this. I'm going to jump on to finishing off a few pieces that I did. It started inside the game, energy. Let me see this. Hold on a second. Oh, that's pretty weird. It got dark all of a sudden. Okay, yeah. Matter 77, energy, Christ. I think we went over this where the M and the N come together. We come to the end over here, 7 and 15 ball. 7 and 15 ball. 7 equals plus 1 equals 8. 15 minus 7 equals 8. I'm bringing everything down to the 8 ball. So we can see that to get to the 8 ball, the 15 becomes 7 and the 7 becomes 1. So the 7 is bringing the yellow soul to where the 15 ball is now burgundy at the gate. So then we go to 14 and 6. We know the 14 and 6 is green. We know it takes yellow and blue to create green. We know that 26 creates 8. 26 creates 8. 14 minus 6 creates 8. 1 and 4 equals to 5 and 6. 5 and 3 equals to 8, to where 13 and 5, the orange ball, comes over here, to where the purple ball is inside 88 as well. Area space, electric company, creation in the E-world. Here's where you have red, 11 and 3, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. It is K that creates 3. Where do I get 3 and 5 is 8? Why did I get this over here? Why did I mark this? 13. Oh, right. 13 minus 5 is 8. 3 plus 5. Oh, right, because we're counting down. The 5 ball, the 4 ball, the 3 ball, and the 5 void to create. You see the difference between these two, what look the same, are completely different. This is 11 and 3 in creation, and this one comes into the orange ball. This one is in the red ball. This one, because of its color, red, it will be inside this one over here, electric company. The reason is orange is a combination of yellow and red, which is the 19 or the 1 and the 9 ball. Fibonacci. Fibonacci. And I'm wondering if I have box 1 and 8, box. Sorry, this is number 8, but it's area 6. Area 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. The 25th starting over is here, but you have to go into the 26th hour or the 26th of something. You have to have a reason for 26. Like, since we have a 26 alphabet, but we have a maximum of 31 days, I have to find the value of 5 somewhere that's missing if I want to work on that kind of equation. But in this equation, I'm working on the day equation. It's the day of 24 hours. So when Fibonacci begins, I believe that this 1 actually started somewhere else, but everybody begins Fibonacci this way as 11. And 1 times 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. The beginning of Fibonacci, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first 4 numbers, and all you really need is the first 4. 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 7. Now I'm going to do 8 plus 4 equals to 12. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. That's pretty interesting. But anyways, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22. That one's valued at 7. This one's valued at 2. Skipping over this one. Then we skip over this one here. Then we skip over this one. Skip over this one. And then skip over this one. The 3, do this one. Yeah, right. Exactly like that. The sections of 3s. Just like your phone. But anyways, I don't want to talk about that. What I want to talk about, the reason I did this is because the Mayans have a calendar that runs with 7s and 13s. So 7 and 6, 7 and 6, 13, 4 and 3, 13. And then it happens again here, here, and here. The reason for the single pane window, okay, is here it rotates into a black color. So I did not connect it. All these other ones, okay, I connected as 7s, but I didn't connect this one. Maybe I should have. I don't know, but in this design, I did not. So I can do the same thing. If I just take position over number, I will connect what is 1 and 8. And I'm going to connect position 4, position 4 and position 3, 4 and 3. Then I'll go 3 and 7 equals to 10. 1 and 8 equals to 0, 9. So my first box equals to this. And then I'll do it again. But here it's going to be 17 and 81. And this equals to 8, and this equals to 9. And then the next one, this is the 1, and I don't want to do this one, not this one here. And I'm going to go 5 and 9. 5 and 9 equals to 14, but there's nothing over here, and it should just be 2, and then it'll be 8 and 2 equals to 10. So this will be 19, 17, 24, 1, 8, 6. I do not know what it's trying to tell me over here. It's just an equation. Anyways, that's these windows are from, and this is only one dimensional. It's got to go more. It's from the Mayan movement. the queen gets this, the king gets this, and the jack gets this. That's their codes. This is number 2. This is number 7. This is number 6. Did I get that right? Yeah. And this is talking about the 7 eyes, the 8 eyes, the 6 eyes. So when you talk with Jack, you got to go 6 and 1, 6 and 4, 6 and 7. 6 and 1 equals 7. 6 and 4 equals 1. 6 and 7 equals 4. King. 7 and 3 equals 1. 7 and 6 equals 4. 7 and 9 equals 7. Queen. 8 and 2 equals 1. 8 and 5 equals 4. 8 and 8 equals 7. All counted to the single digit. "33 rotation in the sun of Mars and Pluto to what is the cube and the sun in creation. 4 months of 31 days for Mars." So 4 months of 30 days is 120. You can relate that to the game of pool. One part of what is 20. Remember, hockey is 3 times 20. When you're talking about 80, it's 4 times 20. The 60 is actually 60 in its own, but 80 is always expressed as 4 times 20. What our numbers do. Number 99 will bring you into the 1881, which equals to 99, which equals to 89, which equals to 79, which equals to 69. It'll all bring everything. In number 9, everything will say a 9 at the end, and then it'll go 9, 8, 7, 6 all the way to the end. In the 80s, okay, anything with a 9 will always be to the lesser point. This one is actually 7 and 1. This is a gateway. 6 and 4, 10. 1 plus 0, 1. 1 and 6, 7. This is 2 and 6. Okay, even though this is a gateway number, G and H, the heaven's gate. I'd have to talk about this is the gate of DC to the half-life. 1 and 6 comes together, the E worlds. These two combinate to create the beginning of pi. This one over here is passage in the sun, the M and the N when they come together. The 12 will connect 13 and 11 because some of my artwork, I do this. And that lends us it'll be 1, 3, and 5, and then I put 1 in the center over here, and that one in the center will be number 4. So 4 connects what is 3 and 5. If you put 5 and 3, maybe because you're descending, right, on the other side of fade. I don't know why they call it fade, but A and E separated by the gate D and the half-life. F is the half-life. So anyways, I'm going to show you these tomorrow. I'm a bit tired. I'm going to head off. Thank you for watching this video. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. If you have something to say it now because this video is ending. Appreciate you for watching. A little bit more participation would be fun. Ciao.